All right, family. We live once again. It's on with the general. We got that fire this evening. We're gonna be talking about old Burna Boy, and we're gonna be talking about, African artists in general. Black people in America is sick and tired of how they come over here and with their egotisms and shit. And listen, I call it just like I see it. I'm not in no fucking agreement with motherfuckers coming over here talking greasy. That just ain't gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? That just ain't gonna happen. This is our motherfucking house, and most definitely we not allowing nobody to come in and wipe their motherfucking shitty shoes, on our rug up in our house. We're not gonna let nobody do that. And so we're gonna discuss this. And before we get started, I want y'all to get over there to Patreon. The general got some file over there, over 500 exclusive live streams. Also, KingSETI.com, official General SETI products, uh, t-shirts, hoodies, DVDs, African and Kemetic jewelry. Also, check out the exclusive videos for the memberships, General SETI, SARA, SUTEN SETI YouTube page. Make sure you get this video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, and share it with your family and friends. Comment, just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, I'm not into no Burna Boy at all. I really don't listen. I do listen to African artists, but, more old school, like Fela Kuti and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not into no newer school artists like that. But I heard the nigga was, very egotistical, and many of them are egotistical. You see coming, but this is not Africa. This is goddamn United States of America, and motherfuckers over here got more paper than you. You see, you got some paper, but niggas over here got more paper than you. So not only are you egotistical, compared to the artists and shit, you understand your bag ain't that big. You see what I'm saying? To be coming over here running at your gums. You see, and so he done came over here and disrespected a sister from what I understand. That, put her out the goddamn, she was at a concert, from my understanding, either the motherfucker his performance wasn't all that hot, and she went to sleep on his ass, and he had the sister put out. That's my understanding. Had her put out, and people was upset at the motherfucker, like, who the fuck is you? You know what I'm saying? That just like the other girl who came from South Africa come over, and they saying she was on some trip and shit, and I don't know who she is. I don't know her, but I seen the little video where she was won an award, and the man literally asked the sister who was giving her the holder award and shit, like she was, some help, like a motherfucking maid or something and shit. And so I'm like, whoa, y'all motherfuckers is out of pocket now. We had to speak on shit for real now. We're not gonna just let but we're not gonna go haywire. We're gonna deal with this shit. And just like motherfuckers over here, if they disrespectful, then you gonna get dealt with. It don't matter where you come from. You understand what I'm saying? The rules and regulations on respect is across the motherfucking board. You feel what I'm saying? And but especially if you coming from outside the house, you most definitely, you understand what I'm saying, got to be highly respectful when you come up in here, because it could be dangerous for you any motherfucking way. You see what I'm saying? It could be very dangerous. Let's see. Yeah, he one of the more egotistical motherfuckers. This is United States though. You ain't got that kind of clout over here to come over here, nigga, acting with motherfucker been to crack your head. You see what I'm saying? I already know. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around, get your head cracked like that. These motherfuckers be waiting on you when you come out the motherfucking building. Be waiting on your ass. Hold on, fella. I'm trying to get the download on what the fuck this motherfucker done did with his crazy ass. Yeah, he on some bitch shit. You already know. I can look at the nigga until he kind of, you know. Okay, I'm trying to get this shit to download. Okay. So what happened? The source of the controversy: incident at a 2025 U.S. concert throwing out a sleeping fan. Recently, at a show in the U.S., Burna Boy stopped his performance mid-concert because a fan in the front row was sleeping. He had security escort her out before continuing. Once the clip of that moment went viral, many criticized him, calling his behavior disrespectful, arrogant, humiliating, and unfair towards a fan who paid for a ticket. The backlash has been strong enough that some fans boycotted, ticket sales dropped, and he ended up canceling several U.S. tour dates. Ongoing perception, arrogance, and celebrity entitlement. It is not the first time some people say Burna Boy has been heavy handed with fans or dismissive of their support. A persistent criticism when fans or security breach norms, or even when they don't. Some see him as more likely to lash out. Controversial statements about his own music and genre he helped popularize. In a 2023 interview, Burna Boy criticized the genre Afro beats, with which many associate him, claiming 90% have almost no real life experience. Afro beats is mostly about nothing, literally nothing. The comment alienated a large part of his fan base. Many felt he disrespected the very culture, genre that helped launch him to international fame. Although he later apologized, saying he was in a dark place when he made the remarks. For a lot of people, the damage was done. He was seen as dismissive of fans and fellow artists alike. So he one of them motherfuckers that, he one of them old, he one of them old super narcissistic motherfuckers. You understand? Criminally not narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker probably be in the mirror all motherfucking day. He don't see nobody but himself. You know why people are reacting strongly, especially in the U.S. and diaspora communities. Fans felt disrespected. Many believe that paying for a concert means you deserve basic respect and courtesy. Ejecting a fan for sleeping instead of handling it more compassionately felt harsh and tone deaf. Perceived hypocrisy. As an international star celebrating African culture and his roots, some see his treatment of fans and art as contradictory to the values he claims: unity, respect, bringing Africa to the diaspora. Okay. Social media backlash, cancel culture effect. One viral video uh, plus complaints led to a huge online uproar, boycotts, memes mocking him, and rapid negative word of mouth in U.S. and Africa alike. Financial consequences: empty seats, canceled shows, bad reviews. Some promoters reportedly canceled tour dates due to poor ticket sales after the controversy. He done fucked he done fucked his own bag up, man. That got to be the silliest dumbass nigga ever. He's a dumbass motherfucker. I don't listen to him no way, but it is what it is. Let him pay. You know what I'm saying? Let him pay. You got what you deserve, motherfucker. You might as well don't even bring your ass back because you probably done for. You know what I'm saying? You probably done for in the US, so you might as well just go and find you somewhere. You might as well go to the Caribbean. You see what I'm saying? Because not everyone thinks it, but here it goes. Some say not everybody thinks it. Because I heard the motherfucker, what was his name? DJ Academic stood up for the motherfucker. He probably had some money in on the shit. Yeah, he always, yeah. Yeah, he always try to find some way. He the defend some wicked motherfucker. Not everybody think he's wrong or all are attacking him. You see, some defend him saying artists have the right to manage their shows, especially if a fan behaves in a way that disrupts performance or safety. Others argue the sleeping fan wasn't intentional disrespect. Maybe she was tired, grieving, or overwhelmed, and that ejecting her was unnecessary. A few people say online outrage. A few people say online outrage is overblown. That this could have been handled privately, not turned into a public scandal. Okay, what this means for Burna Boy and why the debate matters. This moment reflects a tension many rising global artists face as their fame climbs. Their behavior on stage or off becomes a lightning rod for Burna Boy. His risk alienated loyal fans, especially among diaspora and concert goers who felt disrespected. His global brand could take a hit. Promoters may hesitate to hire him for big venues if shows face cancellation or poor ticket sales. Now, I just looked at the video just in Houston, and man, the motherfucker didn't have nobody out there, man. That the motherfucking like damn near, you know what I'm saying? It was like 10% of the fucking stadium was filled. It was just empty, man. Just be real. It wasn't even 10%. It looked like 5%. He did an hour and got the fuck up out of there. His global brand could take a hit. Promoters may hesitate to hire him for big venues if shows face cancellation or poor ticket sales. More broadly, the incident sparks a conversation about respect, accountability, and poor dynamics between artists and fans, especially in modern social media age where one clip can cancel you fast. Okay, so yeah, so fuck him. You know what I'm saying? He might as well don't even bring his ass back to the United States. I hate to be harsh on the motherfucker, but from what I heard and the seen on the internet, he's done that anywhere he went, even in Africa. So he isn't for him. It's not just about diaspora. He's an asshole even at home. You know what I'm saying? He's just an asshole. Wherever he go, his reputation precedes him. How much is this motherfucker worth? I know he got a couple dollars though. I know he got a couple dollars. I know he got a couple dollars. Cause he like they motherfucking, he like one of the biggest artists in his over there. Let me see how much he worth. Shit. Many sources put Burna Boy's net worth around 30 to 40 million. He got a couple dollars. He got a couple dollars. You see? It depends on a few less wise outlets push it higher to around 44 to 45 million. Okay, some sources. So he got a couple dollars any which way it go. You see, he got a couple dollars and shit, but it depending on how how the motherfucker living. You know what I'm saying? Well, he got to keep making the motherfucking dollars to keep living the fucking lifestyle that he want to live. You know, if a motherfucker got, I don't know how much his tickets cost. Shit, shit, they got to, their tickets ain't. Let me see. Let me see how much his tickets. About 100 something. I believe it. Yep. You was about right. Shit, some of them higher than that. No, many standard seats start around 50 to 80. More mid-range seats, lower bowl, decent view, often run 100 to 220. Floor, front area, premium view, general admission tickets typically go for 180 to 350. Okay, through a very high demand for very high demand shows or premium section prices occasionally go higher. Okay, on resale or Viva Hot Date via wait a minute on resale or via hot dates venues prices sometimes spike. VIP or premium seat resale tickets can cost $300 to $600. So you know how motherfuckers buy them tickets. And son, you know how motherfuckers be outside the venue and shit selling them motherfuckers and shit. Or they might just go online and just sell the motherfucker online. You feel what I'm saying? But sometimes you could catch a motherfucker out there. So they saying motherfuckers be selling some of his tickets from 300 to 600. But on the inside, you could probably, if a hot city, you know what I'm saying? And you on the flow, you could pay up to about 350. You see what I'm saying? So he pulling in a couple dollars. What's up, family? Black Power. Yeah, I wouldn't get a motherfucker $20. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker watch his ass on YouTube. You understand? If a nigga gonna, watch that motherfucker ass on YouTube. Have a concert with that motherfucker videos on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, he done fucked his bag up. Nah, he people ain't gonna want to fuck with him. Nah. Yeah, people ain't gonna want to fuck with him. Nah. But then you had the other girl, they didn't count. What's her name? I think her name is Tyla. I don't she from South Africa. I heard they canceling her ass. These niggas saying they like fuck that. Hey, if you acting stupid, man, I'm in total agreement with if you're coming over this motherfucker acting stupid, you can get your ass up out of here. I'm most definitely about that. But that's across the board. But if you coming from outside the country, you already know you gonna get that work for real. Motherfuckers ain't gonna take that, man. You coming from it, and then motherfuckers on the internet already, running at their gums and shit. And so motherfuckers is gonna they're gonna take it to you. You gonna whatever little fan base, you know, you motherfucker gotta be humble. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is to it. You got to be humble. Okay, I'm trying to see. Cause I heard they, you know, they saying that they putting they clicking the cancel button on her ass too. Yeah, she said she identified herself as colored. As colored, a racial classification term used in South Africa under apartheid to describe mixed race and non-white communities. That's how she was raised and how she identifies. When that resurfaced in the US, where colored was a very different, painful historical racist meaning, many people reacted negatively. For many Black Americans, the term was associated with segregation, Jim Crow, and racism. So they interpreted her use of colored as ignorant, tone deaf, or as rejecting blackness. The backlash forced Tyla to publicly clarify her identity several times, where she said she is both a colored South African in the context of her own country's history and a Black woman trying to bridge her cultural identity and how it's understood internationally. Okay. Well, I don't know what that means, but that's a lot of goddamn, you know, bobbing and weaving and shit. You feel me? That's a lot of bobbing and weaving. This identity language friction is what many point to when they say Tyler is being canceled. Critics in the US see her self description as an insult or rejection of Black American history. So, there are some U.S. social media users who have criticized Tyler's behavior. For example, after an award show, when she asked someone else to hold her award, some interpreted as disrespectful or entitled. Others argue she's been overmanaged by her label, which treats her like a product, meaning some of the backlash may stem from her being marketed aggressively to U.S. audience, cultural misunderstandings, and a clash of expectations. You see, so yeah, I ain't gonna get too much in that. Many African and South African voices point out that the term colored in South Africa doesn't carry the same baggage it does in the US. For them, it is a legitimate ethnic racial identity shaped by history and culture. Some celebrities have publicly defended her. For instance, Cardi B just recently called out the barrage of negativity aimed at Tyler, calling it much of it straight up disrespectful. Okay. Okay, well, whatever. You ain't black, so what the fuck? You don't get to speak on it. You see what I'm saying? You ain't motherfucking black, so you don't get to speak on it. Shit, some of the shit she done, got away with, and not being black. You see what I'm saying? Shit. They need to treat her ass the same goddamn way. She should have been goddamn canceled. All that nigger shit and all these Hispanic motherfuckers think they can say nigger and shit and all of that. And so shit, she should have got did the same way as motherfucking Fat Joe. As far as I'm concerned, you know what I'm saying? They should have did her ass the same way that they did Fat Joe. So who the fuck is she? She ain't no motherfucking body to be, setting no standards for our people. No goddamn way. So fuck her. Real talk. But anyway, the time is up. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not in, I'm about the house now. I'm not about no motherfucker coming up in the house talking greasy. Just ain't gonna let that happen. You know what I'm saying? We just not gonna let that happen. And so Burna Boy, Tyler, and all the rest of them, it looks like this didn't come to a period that peoples is not, taking no bullshit off of nobody coming, especially coming from out the country. It's a very tense time right now. So if you gonna be out here, you got to be humble than a motherfucker. You bring your ass over here. You got to tell the people how much you respect them and how you thank them from, supporting, and be very motherfucking humble. You see, you come any other kind of way, arrogant or this, that, and the third, and you could cancel your career over here. You feel me? And that's gonna mean a bag for a lot of motherfuckers. That's a bag. So you okay, family? I appreciate y'all for the night. I'm up out of here, man. We had a hell of a day today. See y'all in a little bit. Support the general. I got some links in the chat. I got some links down in the video description. And I'll see y'all a little bit later. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast. Daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Boom. Black power.